Coming off the heels of one of the best Night of Champions of all time, WWE Monday Night Raw makes a stop in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the Monday Night Raw after setting up for Saturday night's main event. We got to talk about it.
All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the We Book It podcast. Let's start the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Virgil back here again for another episode of Raw Dog Monday Night Raw. And listen, when you're talking about Raw Dog Monday Night Raw, you got to be on the We Book It network, the We Book It channel. Shout out to each and every last one of you that are tuning in, whether that be through YouTube or whether that be through Twitch. We appreciate each and every last one of you guys for tuning in and watching these episodes. And let us know, comment below. Let us know what you think about the episodes. Let us know how we can make them better. This is the channel made by the people for the people. So definitely want you guys input in and definitely jump into the conversation. Let us know what you guys think. Now, with that being said, we did have Monday Night Raw. It started early. It was so weird to see Monday Night Raw start at 6 o'clock tonight, but the show was over with by 8:30 on the dot. You had a 2.5-hour Monday Night Raw show. The show opened up with the showing of what happened the previous night at Night of Champions, and then after that, the montage of superstars arriving to the arena, and then of course, this is my brutality, and out comes Rhea Ripley, and she gets on the mic and she welcomes us to Monday Night Mommy. And before she can say another word, enter Io Sky. She says you can't have Evolution without Io Sky, but Rhea is wrong about one thing. She's not on top, not without the WWE Women's World Championship. And because Io has that, Adam Pearce told her she can choose whoever she wants to defend that title against at Evolution. She switches to Japanese and talks about how she's champion and does a quick call and response bit before switching back and saying she wants to defend against the best. And that means defending her title against none other than Rhea Bloody Ripley. Ripley says she has nothing but respect for Io, and she wants her to know she'll stop at nothing to get her title back. So if that's what she wants, she just wants her to know that she asked for whatever happens, and she accepts the challenge. That's right, guys. At Women's Evolution coming up in 3 weeks, Evolution 2, we will see Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. And man, I'm excited for that match. I think it's going to be a banger. Pretty much any match Rhea Ripley's putting on these days are banger matches. But this one will definitely steal the show at Evolution. It probably won't close the show, but it'll be a big part of what happens. Backstage, we have Dominic Mysterio telling Finn Balor and JD McDonough to bring the tag team championships back where they belong, to the Judgment Day. So the tag challengers leave, and AJ Styles rolls up on Dom and Dom whips out a doctor's note and says he really is injured. And furthermore, he had Adam Pearce double check and issued an order that if AJ Styles puts his hands on him, he's never going to get an IC title shot. Styles puts on his brainy specs and reads the note and says, yep, it's right. It says it right here. Mysterio is a punk ass. Dom talks smart. Then AJ comes back and tells him he's going to whip his ass. And Mysterio frantically holds up the note and reminds him he's not cleared. And then, like I said, he leaves from there. This was a quick segment, but a good segment to build up and show why Dom is still on TV but not wrestling, and why we haven't gotten that AJ Styles versus Dom Mysterio IC title match yet. And really, it's all because Dom really is dealing with some rib cage issues, so that's why you haven't gotten that match yet. But however that story may be, it's still going to be a banger match, I think, between those two whenever they do get into the ring with each other. Next up, we got Judgment Day making their entrance as we go for the World Tag Team Championship match. That's right. Kingston and Balor will start this match. These two right here at one point were neck and neck. I really wanted to see when Kofi Kingston had the WWE Championship. I really would have loved to see him versus Finn Balor for the WWE Championship. I think that would have sold tickets. Would have been a great battle between those two. This match goes back and forth, and then at the end, McDonough tags in up with Mr. Xavier on the turnbuckles, an avalanche Spanish fly. He connects with that. Kofi breaks it up, but misses a plancha and eats a sling blade from Finn. And then Finn tags in, and then hits the coup de grace from Finn Balor on Xavier Woods to become your new WWE World Tag Team Champions. So, with that being said, the New Day's run as WWE World Tag Team Champions comes to an end, and I'm not one bit upset about it. I don't think New Day were great tag team champions. I don't think they did enough with them. But at the same time, I'm kind of tired of Judgment Day having the tag team championships. I mean, I get it. Like I said, you want to keep some type of gold on Finn. You want to get Finn back winning again. I can understand and appreciate all of that. But again, the Judgment Day are world tag team champions, and it's kind of annoying. I don't know. Next up, we have Bayley interview backstage. Of course, she wishes she was standing here as your new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, and she's mad at Lyra Valkyria, but she's focused on Becky Lynch. And then Lyra rolls up, and Bayley complains about her interrupting her again. And Valkyria says it might not be personal between them, but it's personal between her and Becky. Bayley says her issue with Lynch is also personal, and they bicker loud enough that Adam Pearce gets between them and yells at them both before informing them that they have a match tonight, and it's a number one contenders match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. So we get that match tonight. That's gonna be a good bout. It's gonna be a good bout. Next thing, we see Sheamus getting ready backstage, and then we go to break. Back from commercial break, we get a new Metal Goldberg video package like it's 2000 all over again. We get footage from earlier today of Adam Pearce wishing Chad Gable luck in his surgery and recovery, and he says he figures that means we're not going to see El Grande Americano. Gable says he's the world's greatest luchador and he keeps a busy schedule, but you never know. Pearce leaves and Chad gives American Made a hype talk about keeping the fires burning while he's out, and he tells the Creeds to listen to Ivy Nile. That's right, Ivy Nile is now in charge of American Made. Then next thing you know, Rusev makes his entrance, and we go to commercial break. Back from break, your new tag team champions roll up to Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce chatting, and Finn Balor presumes they're figuring out what to do with the women's tag titles. Raquel Rodriguez has been working really, really hard, and stripping her would be unfair. So why not let her and Roxanne Perez be the tag team champions? It's a win-win. Pearce and Aldis agree, but they also announce that at Evolution, it will be a fatal four-way for the women's tag team championships. That's right. It's going to be Raquel, and it's going to be Roxanne, and they're going to go up against a tag team from SmackDown, a tag team from Raw, and a tag team from NXT. Judgment Day leave. Nick has a line about being on the same page, and Adam says, for now, ominously. Next up, we get the banger of a match, Sheamus versus Rusev. And I just knew this match was going to be a banger, guys. You can't put two big, meaty men like these two in the ring together and not expect for it to be a banger. These two went back and forth. It was a hard-hitting match. Literally, like I said, these guys worked all their spots back and forward. But probably one of the best spots was when Rusev, when Sheamus was calling for the brogue kick, then Rusev ducked it, charges in, he gets a big knee and connects with one more and cover, but it's a 2 count. And then looking for a power bomb, Rusev counters with a rock bottom and follows it with a Machka kick. Fired up, feeling it, he calls for it, stomp the back, and the accolade is locked in. Sheamus gets out of it. Then the action falls to the floor. The brogue kick connects, but Rusev beats the count, bouncing the Celtic Warrior face off the post, jockeying for position. Rusev then with the thumb to the eye, and he pulls the turnbuckle cover off. He pulls Sheamus chest first into the exposed turnbuckle, lines him up, and then gets him another Machka kick. and that is the win for Rusev. A good match between these two. I do not think it'll be their last. It could wind up with them actually becoming a tag team at the end of this. They could be a fight. It could just end up being them becoming a tag team. We'll have to see what happens. But definitely a good match between these two big guys, hard hitting, but still lots of action. American Made next our interview backstage. Ivy now says that first things first, she's getting in the battle royal for Evolution. Then El Grande Americano walks past, looking rather taller and thinner than usual, and American Made don't want to talk about it. The interviewer pans over to Sami Zayn, but before he could say anything, Karrion Kross, yes, thank Lord, attacks him, beats him down, and demands once again he admit that he's a liar. Kross picks up a steel pipe and whacks him in the cut with it when referees and road agents arrive to break it up, call for a medic, and that sends us to break. Back up from commercial, we see some of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the front row, who I am only referring to them as their team name and not just some football juniors out of respect for Sean. But Gunther makes his entrance and he gets on the mic. He says he came out here tonight to talk about Bill Goldberg, and he's very impressed. We all saw the highlight reel from earlier. It's violent. It's brutal. It's destructive. He left a mark on every opponent he ever stepped in the ring with. But just like his matches, it's all over in 3 minutes. He says Goldberg just wants to ride his coattails one last hurrah at his expense, and that is not going to happen. He says Bill can't beat him, but he can beat Bill in under 3 minutes. But that's not his goal. His goal is to take his time, blow him up, outclass him, take him apart, and embarrass him in front of everything and everyone near and dear to him. So he heard Goldberg say he doesn't like bullies. So too bad he bumped into the biggest bully around here. At Saturday night's main event, he's going to bully him, push him around, and treat him like a piece of crap, and there's nothing he can do about it. We're all guessing if Bill still has it. Well, he's going to expose that he never had it. And after Bill Goldberg, it will be it'll be on him to raise the question, who's next for the ring general? Then enter Seth Rollins, joined by Paul Heyman as usual. Rollins gets on the mic and congratulates Gunther before reminding everybody that he's here to make sure CM Punk doesn't hold the world title, and that he said Money in the Bank will be an all-out assault on both titles. So again, congratulations, champ. And then enter in CM Punk. He busts ass to attack Seth, and Rollins beats a hasty retreat out through the crowd. A frustrated Punk shoves Gunther down for good measure and storms off. But casually behind Seth Rollins, even though he thought he got away from CM Punk, which he did, LA Knight is behind him, and he clobbers him with a big gulp, and then dragging him up the stairs and out to the concourse. And those two began fighting as the cameras cut away. That whole scene and segment was really, really good, really, really well done, masterfully job by the camera team. We could very well see a fatal 4-way heading into SummerSlam of LA Knight, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, which I would not be mad about at all, because we already know we're going to get, well, spoiler alert, sorry, it's going to come later in the show, but LA Knight versus Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event here in 2 weeks. So a really good executed stack right there, just so, like I said, you can start building up anticipation for that match. Next up, the Judgment Day are backstage, letting Roxanne Perez try on the women's tag belt when Raquel Rodriguez storms in angry about Finn forgetting Liv Morgan so soon. Finn tells her he's just trying to make sure that she keeps her title and to give Roxanne a chance. As she goes with it, Balor holds a vote to see if Perez gets to join the Judgment Day. Dom is reluctant. Finn talks him into it. Raquel says fine, but Perez better hold up her end of the bargain. And yeah, Roxanne Perez is now officially not only a tag team champion, women's tag team champion, but she also is an official member of the Judgment Day. So this is the fourth iteration, really, of the Judgment Day. Back from commercial break, we get a Kairi Sane promo, which talks about her accomplishments and tells us she's here. And then next we get Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match. You knew this was going to be a drag out brawl. These two started out slow, but in the end, It comes with these guys trading back and forth, pinning predicaments. Both women's shoulders are down, and referee Jessica Carr announces it as a double pin draw. Post-match, Bayley and Lyra are none too pleased about it and resume brawling after the bell. Clubbing blows from Valkyria, drawing her up, throwing her up over the barricade. The role model pulls her over with her, and they fight out into the crowd. Bayley smashes her face into a road case and climbs up on top of it for grounded punches as referee, road agents, and the general manager break it up. Commentary informs us that LA Knight versus Seth Rollins is official for Saturday night's main event. CM Punk is interviewed backstage. He says Seth Rollins' knees haven't worked well in years, and he's got receipts for him and anybody else that wants to get in his way. And then CM Punk sees somebody and storms over to tell LA Knight to stay out of his way and get to the back of the line. Knight says he can have Seth 6 days a week, but now that his match is official, he is the line. A trainer is checking on Sami Zayn when Penta rolls up to see if he still wants to do this. Zayn gets up with the groan and gives him a Chiro Medio before walking off to make his entrance, and that sends us to break. Back from entrance, it is main event time. We see Paul Heyman and Gorilla on the phone telling Seth Rollins to enjoy his flight. So clearly Seth has got that booked up out of there. Bronson Reed asks what's up, and Paul tells him Seth is on a plane and working on plan B. Reed asks what plan B is, but Bron Breakker says the only plan that matters is letting him destroy. Next up, we have Bron Breakker and the Bron and Bron connection coming out. Sorry, I guess that's their new nickname. Versus Penta and Sami Zayn. Bron and Bron come out with new mashup theme music. They're really a tag team now, so I assume that they'll be getting those World Tag Team titles here before long. This match was hard hitting. Sami Zayn took a hell of a beating in this match. Bron Breakker and Big Bronson Reed do end up winning by pinfall with the spear from Breakker to Sami Zayn. Post-match, Penta checks on Sami as the Wolves circle, and Bron takes Zero out with a spear. They hold Sami in position for a 74-7 splash, but Jey Uso makes the save, a chair in hand, swats Breakker aside, goes in with Breed, big rights, and super kick. Bronson is still on his feet. A Sabu chair throw sends Reed to the floor. The babyfaces stand tall, and that ends your show. All in all, I would rate this Raw probably a B-. It was pretty good Monday Night Raw. Obviously, we're building up to Evolution and Saturday night's main event. It's really weird to see them building two pay-per-views at the same time, but I digress. That's what they're doing. So, with that being said, that has been your episode of Raw Dog Monday Night. Coach will be back with you guys next week. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Peace.